All right. So, hi everyone. Thank you all for joining. Today we are going to talk about quality assurance tools. Okay. So, what are quality assurance tools? Quality assurance tools are rather what is quality assurance? Yeah. Quality assurance is a process by which OpenStreet contributors, that is us, check the quality of data in OSM to ensure that every information that is uploaded into OSM meets a high standard for usage and to prevent vandalism. Yeah. You all know that, just a minute. Awesome. So you all know that OSM is a free and open source platform where anyone can use and anyone can edit. Yeah. So it is very critical to maintain the data quality and to maintain the sustainability of that data as well. Yeah. So as participants of OSM, we need to ensure that the quality assurance and quality control processes are carried out. So our objectives for today is to learn how to use KeepRight, to learn how to use OSMose, and to learn how to use OSM Inspector. Yeah. So just to mention that these tools all work the same. Their interfaces are more or less the same, and the procedures are more or less the same. Just a few differences in them in the type of issues that they query. Okay, so what is KeepRight? KeepRight is a quality assurance tool that uses, maybe just to mention, all these tools are web-based. You don't need to install anything. Just use your browser and you'll be able to go. Yeah. So KeepRight is a quality assurance tool that shows a large number of automated detected potential errors on the map. Yeah. For instance, it also queries data like issues like false positives, and these are some of the data quality issues that it queries. Yeah, unclosed ways, that is like a land use that's not complete, it's not enclosed. Yeah, it's hanging. Then dead ended ways, and almost junction. These are the same as hanging roads. Yeah. Deprecated tags and missing tags. You all know deprecated tags. These are tags that OSM no longer uses them, or OSM does not know them. Yeah. And then it tags bridges, tunnels without layer, untagged railway crossings, and wrongly used railway crossings tag. So another thing you need to know is KeepRight queries data in different regions like Africa, Europe, Canada, South America, Asia, Australia, and Central America. Yeah, depending on the area where you want to run the query, that's where you go ahead and query the data. So this is a brief, I'm going to just give you a brief interface on how it looks, and then I will start the demo. Yeah? So this is the map area where you can see where you select and deselect an error. And then on my left here, these are the different issues that you'll be seeing. And then these issues are further divided into more specific issues. Yeah, I'll show you that. And then just below here, you can unselect and deselect issues. Yeah, so I'll go directly to the demo and illustrate. Maybe before I go there, once you've selected an error, you'll see this. These are the nodes. These are the nodes. These are the number of nodes that is displayed as it is entered into the OSM database. And then number 3 here, this is like a further description of the issue that you have selected. Then number 4, these are different editing tools that you can use to fix the error. Number 5, these are different statuses that after like working on the issue that you can select to give you the status of that issue. And then as you can see below here, you'll be able to see when the issue was created or last edited, and then the user, the person that probably caused the issue, or the person who edited that node or where that issue is last. So I'm going to go back and I will query. So as you can see, I'm going to select Africa, and you will see different queries. As you can see here, you just need to like pan through the map and you'll be able to see different issues. So when I scroll down here, you'll see all. When I click on all, it will select everything. Then when I click on none, it unselects everything. So what you have to know is that you can work on issue per issue. For instance, if I'm to run this, it will bring me issues of almost junctions only. So if I'm to select dead-ended ways, it will do the same. Select for me only issues for dead-ended ways. And these have different colors, as you can see. Different issues have different colors. Okay. Okay, so as you can see this plus here. Am I recording the session? Just clarify.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you can see right here, this is a plus. Like I mentioned earlier, some issues are further divided into more specific issues. Like, so when I click on this plus, you'll be able to see this same issue divided into different issues. Same thing with overlapping ways. You see, overlapping ways, if I want to query specific issues, for instance, I want overlapping ways, yes, but I want ways crossing ways, or I want ways crossing highways. So if I want, I can say, let me say none, and then I come here and I will select only this. Okay, so when I select only this, and this thing is usually half, and I'll pan through the map, it will bring for me only highway crossing waterways. So if you want to still minimize this, I can still go ahead and minimize it like that. So this is how it looks. So maybe something else I did not mention in the earlier session is it's the language panel. Since we're all working, you can select any that you feel you're comfortable with here. So I'm going to select one. So I want almost junction, and I'll click on it. So, okay. All right. So when I click on it, like I showed you in the slides, this is the number of nodes as it is entered in the OSM database. And then this is further description of that issue. So it's saying this node is very close but not connected to the way. So that's the issue. And then right here we have the tools, the editing tools that we can use to fix. JOSM is there, ID is there, and these are the two common ones that we usually use. So once you have selected an error, you've opened it, this error, keep it open. Keep it open is that you want it to, you've not fixed it, you want it open. Maybe you are not able to fix it and you want someone else to do what? To fix it. Okay. So ignore temporarily means you have corrected that error. And then false positive. So what false positive means? Ignore is a false positive. It means they flagged it as an error or as an issue, but it's actually not an issue. Or maybe someone already fixed it and they marked it as keep it open and it was already fixed. And then just a minute. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so as you can see below here, still the link to the error is here. You can see down here is Little Mapper was the last person to edit that node. And he edited it on this date at this time. So let's start with fixing this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and run it in my JOSM. Hope you can see JOSM.
Yes, we can see Jackson.
Yeah, just to go back and clarify, they're saying this node is very close but not next to the way. As you can see, there is nothing. Usually when it's okay, I think there is. Let's do it again. There was a filter. Okay, let's run it again. And I want to run it when there's no imagery so that we can clearly see the issue. So I'm going to turn off the imagery for a bit. Okay, so I'm going back and I'm running it again. Okay, let me first cancel. All right, so I've selected another one and it's the same issue and I've run it again. All right, so usually it highlights, as you can see, it highlights where the issue is, yeah? It highlights where the issue is. So one thing you need to know is one thing you need to do at the start is to check the imagery they use to map the object. Why do that? So that it can guide you exactly. You know what imagery to start with. Yeah. So I'm going to just do Control H. And the person used the local survey. They did not put any satellite imageries. Okay. All right. So let's see. Bing, the other people used Bing. I'm seeing Bing here. Maxa standard, just a mixture of. Then now let's start with, let's put Maxa because it's more updated. Let's see how it aligns. Okay, it doesn't align well. Let's put Bing, like the one, no, not Esri. Esri. All right. Let's put Bing. Okay. So the issue is that this thing is next to a node. Let's just go back and read. This node is very close but not connected to the way. They're saying this node here is close here but it's not connected. But as you can see the direction. It is saying it is coming like this. We don't even know the direction of this place. So what we are going to do, we can just leave it like that, or we can reverse the road. We reverse the road by pressing R so that it goes back, it goes towards the main road. Yeah, but this road can be both coming this side or coming this side. I don't know if it's a one-way or two-way. Actually, the best thing to do is to leave it as it is, and then you go back to your this, and then you say ignore, it's a false positive. Or another thing you can say, keep it, maybe someone who knows the direction will add it, then you save. Yeah, so once you have saved, you will realize that okay, it's here, it will bring a GIF. Just a minute. Okay, let's just fix another one, the one that will bring for us a GIF. So I'm going to say I've selected another one and I'm running it. As you can see, they're saying this node is close to this, but it is not joined. So I'm going to join these two by selecting both of them and pressing M on my keyboard to merge. Yeah, M on my keyboard to merge. Okay, so after I've done that, I'm going to say upload. And what imagery did I use? I used Bing imagery. Maybe just to clarify, let me just check what imagery they used. So I know they used the local survey. It's okay. May have used Bing. So I am going to go ahead and upload, but I need to delete everything that is here. Yeah. So that's exactly what I'm going to delete. And I'll say I combined a hanging, I just say hanging road. Yeah. I'm just going to delete this. If I wish, I can write here the tool I use to identify. If I want to, I can say keep. Right. That is if you want to, but it's not mandatory. And then I will make sure the imagery that I used to fix that error is the one in check. then I'll go ahead and upload my work. So once as it is uploading, I have fixed the error. So I'll say ignore temporarily, error corrected, then I will save. So when I save, as you can see, let me just increase the size. Okay. Wait, I'm reducing instead. All right. As you can see, let me increase it a bit. It brings for you an emoji, and even the color of the error reduces. So imagine I am working on this space, and next I pick this one, and let me reduce the size, quite big. Let me leave it at 100. Yeah. Then I run the error. I get this. It is saying it is. I think this is okay. I'll just say it's a false positive. Save. And you see, that means I've worked on this. Let me work on this other one. I will run it in my JOSM. So you can know like what you're working on, yeah? This looks connected. I think it was, remember this was hanging and this one was also hanging. So I already fixed this earlier on when I ran it. So I'm going to say already fixed, save. So you'll know that this entire area, you're done fixing the errors there, yeah? So let's try another, let's say, let me say dead-ended ways. Let's see if we have any issues here. Okay. All right, so let's run here. We run it in JOSM. They're saying you cannot escape this from a node because the ways may lead here. Let's see what's up. Okay. I think this is a false positive. See, you cannot escape from this node because no ways only lead to here. Let's see if there's any issue. So someone tagged this. I'm going to open tags and membership. Someone tagged this as a bridge. Yes, they added the layer and they added a secondary link. Maybe what I can do here is to just adjust it. Otherwise, I don't see any issues here. So to me, it's a false positive, and I will say save. Then let me select one more. I run it into my JOSM. Let's see. This is another one. I think this is another false positive. Let's see here. Secondary link. I think that's why. I think this other tag is the one that is disturbing people. This is like the name of the entire road. Okay. So to me, this is a false positive, and I'll mark it as done. So let me go far away from this, and I see. Okay, it's the same. I'm looking. Okay, let's see if we can get just one more dead-ended ways, and we see. All right. Do we have any questions on this? Otherwise, you can query all this data, or you can say all, and you run these different, like deprecated tags. You can also check and see if you can fix any. Let's see, these purple ones are the deprecated tags. Fix equal. This one you may need the OSM wiki to guide you on how to tag this properly, yeah? So I'm going to leave that, and let me see if I can pick just one more. Some of these boundary stuff, you also need like knowledge on them. And yeah, do you have any questions on that? If we don't have, I will go back to the slides. Okay. All right. Any questions? All right, looks like there's no question. So another tool that we are going to work on is called OSMose. So like I mentioned earlier on, OSMose is more or less the same as the other tools, only that for it now, it monitors multiple quality issues in OSM, including geometry, feature geometry, such as overlapping buildings, stroke nodes, incomplete features, and duplications, yeah? And it also works on common taggings, such as missing tags, unsuitable, or purely formatted tags. Yeah. So OSMose queries errors twice. Let me see if there's a question. Okay, no question. OSMose queries data twice. So it uses you can query your personal OSM, your personal name or any person that you have, any username, and then you can also query issues directly from the website in your browser. So for starters, as a username, you can just click in here and you run, yeah? So maybe a disclaimer is that all the issues you're seeing here, they're not necessarily caused by this user, yeah? Remember, OSM is an open platform. You're working on a road, another person is working on a road, so it's not necessarily that you're the one that caused the error. So for here, if you want to work on an error, as you can see, these are different attributes on the table here, but this is the name or the title of the issue. So I think I worked on this earlier on. When I click here, I will be able to go to the OSM, like OSM website. So I click here and I go to query for me that data in. As you can see, it looks like someone mapped a track. And let's first see the history, but it looks like it doesn't even exist. So someone mapped it using, I think it was Maxa. All right. So let's turn on our Maxa imagery and we see if the road exists. All right. I'm just going to move it aside. Yeah, it looks like it's light. It's a track, which is correct. Maybe let me align it. The issue was saying the person, all right. In the table, it was saying a small group of a network with insufficient access to the upstream. Okay, so let's see. It's a small road, but I think it's just a small road, which is okay. There's no problem with it. It's just a small track. So I'll just go ahead and I'll just say, just a minute. I think I just aligned it a bit. Just aligned the road. Road. So I'll delete these others and I will make sure it's Maxa and I will go ahead and upload my work. So that is how you can fix it. That's how you can fix it using username, right? So you can also enter in your personal username and you run your queries and you fix your own personal issues, yeah? The other way is through the website directly. So this is how it looks like. Just like in Keep Right, you can select all and select none. Yeah, you can deselect and select. You can deselect and select. Yeah, you can select all and select none. Okay, you can select one and deselect. You can search for a specific area you want. For instance, if I want to go to, let me say Guatemala, the projects that we are working on, it's Guatemala. You can search and it will take you directly to Guatemala here, yeah? Or you can just pan through the map and you get to the place you want. We wanted Guatemala, so I'm panning through here and you fix the issues here. Or you can pan through and you fix the issues in your, let me say, we have someone from Kenya. Walter is from Kenya, so you fix issues in Kenya, in your community, yeah? So the other nice thing with OSMose is that once you select an issue, it will briefly tell you here how to fix the error, how to fix the issue. So even if you're not so sure about it, you can follow these steps and you carry out, you fix the issue. Yeah, and you can change language if you wish to. We already talked about this. You can query data by using issue by OSM by user, and you can export in case you want like to share with someone, ask them how to fix that issue. You can export it in these different formats and you share with them. Yeah, so another nice thing is it shows you the different issues level. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier on, if all these issues doesn't necessarily mean that you're the one that has caused them. And if you're doing lots of validation, it implies that you're going to have a number of issues like here, yeah, because you're doing a lot of fixing. So yeah, so level 1, these are just arranged in the order of, just a minute. They're arranged in the order of importance, yeah, or significance, yeah. So 1 is more significant than 2, than 3, etc. So once this is an error, errors have different colors as you can see here. So once you select an error, it's loading, it pops out. Let's see. Someone is asking, I see you access history over change set. How do I achieve this, please, in JOSM? Okay, we're going to do that. I think my internet is acting up, but to pop up. Let's see if this one will come. Okay, this one is much easier. So still, it tells you the name, the description of the issue. It's saying duplicate nodes. Then the way, this is the node number. And then these are the different tools that you can use. Just like keep right, once you have solved the issue, you can tick here. Okay. Once you have solved an issue, you tick here. Once it is a false positive, you click here. And this in case you need any help. Yeah. So again, I'm going to click on JOSM and it will run on my JOSM. The issue was duplicate. It's usually good to turn off your imagery and you run the, okay. All right, so I'm just going to run it again so that I can clearly see. It's saying, I think it was already fixed. It's saying duplicate nodes. It should have highlighted it. I can't seem to see it, so I'm going to ignore that one. I'll just cancel it. Let me do this one. Let me close. Just closing this at, let me leave that. And so I'm going to go back and run it in JOSM. All right, so I'm going to download it here. And you can see this is like one whole building, and then it has like this here. All right, so I am going to check the history. Like, so Shabani, how you check the history, you just Control H. When you Control H, you can know who has mapped the imagery they have used and when they worked on it. Yeah. Okay, so you can even tell who this mapper is, so that you can be able to judge. So I'm going to close that and I'm going to add Maxa imagery because it's the one that they used. And we'll be able, I'll just select it and press G to unselect, and you realize there's like this independent thing. Yeah? So how do I fix this? I can just select this and I say merge. Yeah, and I select these two, these two, and I press M on my keyboard to merge them. If you want to use the merging method. And then this other one, I'll just resize it and fix it there. Okay. Then I'll upload my work and I'll give a comment. Okay, so I'll say I fixed They were more or less overlapping. Okay, I'll say fixed overlapping buildings. Were they overlapping? They were not. They were just sharing nodes. I've fixed duplicate nodes. So on buildings. All right, then I'll make sure the image that I want is the one on. If I wish, I can delete this one and I just leave one. Then I upload my work. Okay, so I'm going to select one more and then I go to the, all right, so this, I'm going to just zooming out rather. Let's search for another place, Mexico. Mexico City. It's shaking. All right. Any questions? Yes, Mexico. Okay, let's see. So while it loads, so one advice I can give you is when you're fixing errors, you try to select the ones that you're able to, and the ones that you can easily fix, or the ones that you want to learn how to fix, and like find out how you fix them. Yeah. No, it's taking its time. It is taking its time, but let's see. All right. I think my internet is quite slow, but yeah, that is how you fix errors using OSMose. I'll just move to the next tool, and the next tool is the OSM inspector. So the OSM inspector is a bit advanced, and it's a web-based debugging tool for advanced OpenStreetMap user, offered by GeoFabric. Yeah, the same way you query data, you just span through the map and you look for the data. The interface looks more or less the same. I'm just going to click here and you see same thing. You can select and deselect stuff. So as you can see, these are the different issues that OSM inspector queries. So there's geometry, there's tagging, places, highways, area, etc. Yeah, as you can see, there's even address. Yeah, issues related to address. So with some of these, you may need to be either a local mapper or maybe using the OSM wiki very well, if in case it can be fixed remotely. So again, if I want geometry, I query geometry like that. If I want taggings, I query it like that. Yeah, I can select and deselect. I can select and deselect. The same thing if I want to work on particulars. Okay, so if I want to query, as you can see here, we have different tools that you can use for editing. We have JOSM here. You have view in JOSM, view in ID. Yeah. So let's see. Let's zoom in to get some issue. Let's see, view in JOSM. You can view in JOSM and you can view in ID. So let's select the green ones, mean unusual key length. These colors have different issues that they query. Yeah? So let's see if we can pick any. Where should we go? Where did we go? Go to Mexico? Okay, we were trying to query in Mexico and we failed to get. Okay, so this time you're in Mexico and we are, let's see what we can do. Let's try these brown ones. Actually, when you zoom in, it becomes like a line. Let's see. You see, it becomes like a line. That means it's like the issue on the road. So I'm going to click on it and then it will bring the issue as usual. This is the number of nodes as it is entered in OSM database. These are the different tools that we can use. This is the error ways without tags. So when I click on JOSM, it loads on my JOSM and this is how it looks. All right, so again, I like to check the history of the person so that I know who mapped it. The person did not tag it, but they mapped using Bing. Yeah? Then another thing, if you want to delete something, you can further go into checking the person. Is it an advanced mapper? Is it someone who has just started mapping and they have very few edits and they're like doing poor mapping or what? You can see someone tagged this as a dam. I wouldn't tag this as a dam because it's not a what? A dam. So now let's find out who is this person tagging this a dam as naming it. So you go to Control H. Let's judge whether I should change the tag or not. It's the same person. So when I click on this person, okay, just let me copy this to the browser that I shared. So this is the person that has tagged that natural equals water as a dam and has put names on it. As you can see, it's just a new mapper. They joined in 2018, but they have not been contributing to OSM. And I'm sure they tagged it like that because they did not know what they are doing. So I can change that tag, I'm safe. Yeah. So this is another option where you can send them a message and help them improve their mapping. So I'm going back to my JOSM and I'm going to select the nodes and M. Then I select both of them and then I will combine. I'm selecting both of them and I'm pressing C to combine. Then I'll just make sure I have adjusted the corner as well. See, I've adjusted the corner as well. And I'm going to select it, then I'll go to my tags and membership and I will add what natural equals water. Yeah, then I'll say yes. But then remember, I'm going to delete these tags, they are vague. And I leave only my new tag as natural equals water. And I've already fixed this data quality issue. Yeah. Then I'll go ahead and upload. Same thing, I'm going to type exactly what I did. And I will say I fixed and natural. Can just leave it at that. And then I will go ahead, make sure that imagery that I use the one on, I'm sure I used Maxa. I just want to use one imagery to apply. Otherwise, it would be okay to upload like that. And I'll upload my work and I will go back to I'll go back here and I will cancel. Then I go ahead and pick another one. Let's see this one. Okay, so JOSM, still it has no tag. I'm loading it in JOSM. And it is this building that was not tagged, I guess. Is it even a building? It could be a building. So let's check the history first. They use Bing to map it. Let's see, does Bing align to most of the things here? Okay, I'm turning on my Bing to see. There's no difference. Let me just use Maxa because it's more updated anyways. Most projects are being used. So I am going to drag that, and I will, remember before you use your create tool, you need to square the building, something that I had not done. Yeah. So I'm going to come here, tags and membership, and I tag it as building equals. Yes, it's probably a store building or something. Yeah. And I'll be able, then here I'll be like, I tagged a building. So, and I'll delete these other nodes and I'll leave it as that. The imagery that I want is the one that is in, and I will upload my work. Let me see. How accurate can these tools be? Because the first error was a false positive. You mean like a plus error? What are you able to unmute yourself and speak? So that I can understand your question very well. So these tools, anyway, about the accuracy of these tools, they are accurate. I think they're accurate enough, although sometimes they pick false positives. Yeah. Or sometimes, like the way you see, you have like a short road and it is like the first service road that you were working on. It picks false positives sometimes. And sometimes, when someone works on an issue and they don't mark it as done, it keeps it. So when you go to check it, you actually don't see any issue with the error. Yes, go ahead, Water.
It's more of the same what you're explaining, because I try to use the OSMose, and the first few errors that I could see for my edits against my user are errors that are found within buildings, and when you open on with let's say JOSM, you don't find any error on the building.
Those are false
So I really
positive.
don't know.
Yeah, it
Like,
happens.
how accurate can we be so that someone that doesn't have the mass false positives, so that you don't have to waste the entire time? Are they generated by AI? So do we have issues to do with the entire uh, tools, so that we can not completely rely on them?
I don't know I don't know the history on who generates them apart from the OSM inspector, where I said it is offered by Job Fabric. But then maybe one thing I just encourage people while they're using those tools, once you're done fixing, please change the status of the issue. Because if you leave it open, another person will pick it thinking it is an issue, and they waste their time, like Walter had mentioned. Otherwise, I think they pick errors as much as they can. I think they are very awesome tools. They are very awesome quality assurance tools that I can recommend people to use. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just going to pick one more and I run it, and still ways without tags. This one. I feel like, all right, let's see where it goes. So for this case, I feel like it's a duplicate, as you can see. So first, I'm going to check the history of this first one, the one that is below, and the history of this one, yeah? So I'm starting with this one that's properly tagged, Control H. And the person tagged this as a river on this day. I hope I note the day. 2018, then it was worked on 2019. And this is the mapper. I'm going to check their detail. All right, let's go. Okay, so this person has done lots of editing, yeah? And he says these are like his extra information on his page, yeah? Now we're going to check for the next person. This is the person that mapped the correct one, yeah? So the person that marked this thing and did not tag it, let's find out who they are. Okay. It looks like it is the same guy. Let's see. It's actually the same guy. Okay, just a minute. Let me copy it and share it on this browser. It is the same guy. All right. So yeah, but this, see, let's see. This one is in 2021. The other one is the old one. As you can see, there's only one person working on this one, and there are like several number of people who are working on this other one. That is correct. It's the same guy. But started working on it in 2018 up to 2021, 2022, 2021 rather. So we need to make judgment. Which one are we deleting? If it were you, Walter, which one would you delete? First of all, this has no information on it, and it goes up to this side. Goes up to this side. Okay. So there's no information on it. Cannot say it's a boundary or something. So how would you judge, Maya, if you had to fix on this? How would you judge? Would you leave it as it is, or you delete it like this? Yes, go ahead.
I don't know. I think I would delete it because I can't see if there's another way just next to it or on top of it. But I don't have local knowledge, so that's why I wouldn't be so sure to delete another way.
Okay. Who else would like to tell me something about this?
Sorry, I was on a different window. I couldn't see the error you are referring to.
Are you able to see my JOSM?
Yes, right now I can see it.
Awesome. So as you can see here, we have these two, yeah?
Yes.
We have, it's a duplicate. As you can see, it was like this. Let me just undo.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the same mapper that mapped this and did not tag it. And then he mapped it in 20, let's see, Control H. He mapped it in 2021, yeah? And then still mapped this other one. This well-tagged one, let's see, Control H. Yeah, he mapped it in 2018 and tagged it well with all the names, yeah? The same mapper. So there are two. How would you deal with such an issue as Walter?
If it was me, I will identify it with my best knowledge, because could that be a road for me? No. So if he was trying to do something, looking at the vegetation along it, I'm supposing it's either a river or something. So I will delete the one without the tag and maintain the waterway.
Yeah, awesome. I think we're all correct. So first of all, it's the same mapper. He's duplicating the waterway. He didn't add like information on the other. That's one thing. So it doesn't hurt me to delete it. Second of all, there's another one that's another waterway that's correctly mapped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and while I'm uploading, I'm going to write exactly what I did and why. Yeah, so I'll say deleted a duplicated way. Duplicated, actually say untagged way. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say, duplicated untagged ways. Duplicated meaning that there was already one existing. Yeah, and then I'll just make sure that the imagery I'm using is correct, and I'll go ahead and upload my work. So anyone who is asking or thinking of why I deleted it will be able to see that it was duplicated and there was already an existing one. Yeah, unless someone was trying to draw a boundary. Even if it was a boundary, it would still have to be on the waterway. So it would still be a duplicate. Yeah. So after fixing that, I will go back to my to my OSM inspector and I close it and I'm done. Okay, so that is it. Unless there are any questions, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And for the case of the work plan, I encourage all of you to use those tools. And obviously, we are continuing with our validation. And please, I encourage all of you to continue using those tools and let us know which one is your favorite, any that you would recommend people to use, and yeah, any that you found difficult using. Generally, that's all. Any questions before we say goodbye? We have like 6 more minutes.
Should we be using these tools this week?
Yeah.
As well as validating the projects in the tasking manager that you shared?
Unfortunately, you cannot link these tools to the hot tasking manager. So you, according to your preference, generally, if you want to check like to clean work in your community, you go ahead, maybe Mexico, wherever you want to clean, or you want to clean maybe where we are doing projects from, that's Guatemala. Generally, where you want to work or you want to come to Africa and do some quality assurance, you do the same. So yeah, yes, go ahead, Shabani.
Yeah, thank you, Beck. I understand very clearly, but it is not a question, but I can say that these tools can be used after a tasking being validated. I think, is that clear? Or
yeah, especially if you know the area. Like since you are doing validation in Guatemala, there are those small areas that can still stay in. Yeah, you can just go and query, like search the area that you've been doing mapping and validation, and you fix any issues there. Yeah,
so
but there is, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so can be used as assessment. You can assess maybe the task. I mean, okay.
Awesome. I hope I answered your question. So you can just use it to query data all over. Yeah, maybe just another thing to note is that you cannot link the hot tasking manager to these quality assurance tools. So there is no way you can select a task and you run it maybe in OSM chow or inspector or keep right. Yeah, but you can search for the area where the task is and you do cleaning there. Yeah, any more questions? Please feel free. We still have some 4 minutes. You can also search the mapper, and if you want to search a mapper or your personal, maybe before we go, there is something that I'd forgotten to show you. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you all know how did you contribute to OSM, because we all use this to get our stats. So just going to enter in a username. All right. So as you can see here, in under quality assurance, there's OSMose issues. Level 1, just the way we saw it the other side. Level 2 and level 3. Yeah, this that you're seeing here is exactly the same as these ones. It's loading. Okay. All right, it's the same as you're seeing these ones here. These are the same issues. As you can see, 177 is the same level here. So yeah, you can use this platform as well to query and search directly. Like when I click here, it's going to bring me to this, yeah, which is the same as when I click here, it brings me to this. So all these are the different queries associated to this user. But remember, they're not necessarily caused by that user. And if you're doing lots of validation, you are prompt to have lots of OSMose issues. Yeah, I think that's the last thing that I was supposed to show you. And yeah, if we have no questions, I will say thank you again for joining. Please ensure to try those tools and let us know how they are to you and how you're finding them. Yeah, otherwise, thank you so much. Have a great day. See you on Slack. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.